Give her the reason.
This is a couple therapy section, and this is just a part of the conversation that we want to talk about in today's video. He says that there'll be a time that him and his wife might just have just finished talking. Then immediately, or probably a few minutes later, she will just call him. He's at work. She will call him and continuously calling him for sometimes 20 times at once. And maybe when he eventually picks the call or call her back, she'll be like, why have you not picking my call? She will even go straight to the point. I want to ask you all watching this video, do you think it's okay for you to call your partner knowing that they're at work and calling them like 20 times at once if there is no emergency or something? Let me know your thoughts about it down in the comments section. Hey beautiful people, and welcome back here to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria Davids, and I'm back again with another interesting video. So you all have watched the videos to the end. I have just few stitches to share with you all, and I also like to know your opinion about this whole particular topic down in the comment section. I will talk about my own opinion at the end of all the stitches, so stay tuned.
She will call 20 times a day, right? And she expects me to...
Individuals with an anxious attachment need constant reassurance and validation from their partners. And so distance of any kind, be it perceived or real, will be interpreted to mean the loss or lack of love. And so if you're in a relationship with an anxious avoidant individual, you will notice that they will lay a burden on you to constantly reassure them that you are not going to leave. This is due to the fear of neglect and abandonment that might have been caused by childhood neglect and abandonment or any other kind of betrayal from past relationships. They will not allow you to pursue any other relationship in which they are not also actively involved. They do not believe that it's possible for you to pursue other healthy relationships with other people without abandoning them. Even family commitments and or even work-related commitments will be sabotaged or questioned because what they want is to constantly be with you, knowing that you're not going to.
Give her the reason why you say that.
Because you don't want me calling you at work.
Why don't I want you calling me?
This is why, Sky from the Panther Spot podcast. You should go check us out. We're really great. This is the reason why I fully believe that if there is a couples therapy, the therapist should always be a man. Should never be a woman. This is why. With the exception of one therapist that I've seen, I know of because, they worked on family, people I know personally, who would disagree with the woman because every other female therapist will agree with the woman hands down or try to curve the conversation to make it so that whatever the man's doing, he's wrong. That if I ever find myself in couples therapy, which I don't plan on ever being, it's either, hey, it's my way or we're out, period. If I'm paying all the bills, you're not doing nothing. And if I'm help cleaning around, if I'm doing everything that a man's supposed to do plus extra, and you want to go couples therapy because I don't know, I'm not going. I'm not fucking going. Now, if I'm lacking, and I know I'm lacking, like you can prove I'm lacking, I'm like, fuck, all right, we'll go. But if we go, he's a man. The therapist is a man. Because you got to understand from my point of view, because we're talking about, look at this. Look at the foolishness that lady was on. Well, what she may think is important. Bitch, I'm at work. Bitch, I'm at work. Let me get fired and then see what other kind of problems we'll have. We won't be together, bitch.
Give her the reason why you say that.
Because you don't want me calling you at work.
Why don't I want you calling me?
Okay, so I actually used to act like that woman a lot in the beginning of my marriage. And I'd do the same thing, right? When I would finally get him, I would spend more time talking about like how he didn't answer and questioning why he didn't answer rather than just getting to the point. And it was, yeah, I did that. I own that. And, my husband is such a patient talker and, just would always remind me I love you, you're my priority, but in order for me to take care of you as my priority, I have to do this secondary thing called work, and I can get my work done faster if you're not always calling me. Okay. And he's right, because we spend so much time talking at home, it's not a big deal. I can just wait. And so over the years, what I started just kind of reminding myself was, you know, I don't always need to call him, especially when I got a feeling, right? Because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so sometimes that means I have free time to think about things that happened before, and I can overanalyze them and start feeling like reactive to them and want to pick a fight. And I was doing that early on. And then I started thinking about like how I get when I'm focused on something and someone's, you know, trying to pick a fight with me and like what it does to me. Well, it prolongs my ability to focus on my job and it screws with my, you know, efficacy. And so I started thinking like, okay, if I'm always interrupting him, it's going to take him longer, which means it's going to be longer for me to see him. And then also like, what if he needs to be focused? Like, you know, he's a farmer, right? And it's like, that's dangerous. And like, do I want to be activating him while he's doing something dangerous? Because then he's going to start thinking about a fight maybe I just started over a freaking phone call because he just didn't pick up when I wanted him to, and isn't that control? And now, like, what if I'm putting him at a higher risk for like getting to an accident or just screwing something up big time, right? So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to reflect along with this and just be like, yeah, this called to me. I've done that. I've been in that position. And yeah, sometimes I just need to remind myself that like I don't always need everything I need right at this moment. And I got to let my husband do what he needs to do. And yeah, it's silly how I can look back on it and be like, yeah, that was me. But now it's not, so, you know, you can change.
I don't answer that phone.
Well, I guess it's important just in the sense of establishing a connection.
Most of the time watching these couple therapies with this lady, I've been okay with her, but this one got me messed up. Let's assume this couple is married, right? She's talking about her calling him 20 times a day is her establishing connection. You mean to tell me we didn't establish that connection on the altar? We didn't establish that connection the 12th time I put it in? If she meant it in the way she said it, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard this lady say. But let's say that she meant it in a way of growing the connection, because you're always supposed to be still getting to know your partner even after you've gotten together and you've been together for a while. You should still be getting to know your other person, because even after you continue to grow on your own, you're still learning shit about yourself. Well, of course, your partner's going to be learning shit about you. So let's say she meant it in a way of deepening the connection between the two. You still got me up in how you're trying to rationalize this lady calling her man 20 times a day at work for some shit. Now, this sounds like an expensive ass idea, but what I think we need to start doing is having two people up in there. I want two therapists in my sessions if I'm ever in couples therapy. I want a dude from Brooklyn and I want a girl from California. I need a second person up in there so that when one of you says something that don't quite sound right, I'm going to look at the other. And if they're looking at you funny, I know you talking at your ass.
If you're still here, definitely you're enjoying this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. If you're a man watching this video, do you think it's okay for your man to call you 20 times? Will you feel okay, or is it a normal thing for you to miss, or is it okay for your woman to call you 20 times at once at work, even if you all just finished talking, you both just finished talking? For me, yeah, I feel like this is just like a stage in some relationship whereby you always want to talk to your partner, you always want to know whatever they're doing, and whenever they don't pick your call, you keep calling, and when they pick their call, you won't even go straight to the point, because at the end of the day, you didn't even have a genuine reason for calling to start with. Probably just wanted to hear their voice, or you just wanted to keep up the communication and all of that. I feel like at that point, there's always a stage to a point in relationship. Maybe that was their stage in that relationship that they decided to, you know, talk about this, call her husband at that point. That is just my own opinion, because I see no reason why you call somebody once, they did not pick. You call the second time and they did not pick. Why going up to call 20 times, knowing that they are at work? They're at work. If they were not at work, probably there's an emergency, or probably you need to ask something very important, and if it's time, you have to keep calling. You calling 20 times doesn't mean that this man is going to pick your call at work. I am not supporting him and I'm not supporting her. What I'm trying to say is, I can only give you a 20 missed call if you're my man, if there is an emergency. Once I've called you twice, I call you twice, probably an hour later, I will call you again, or 2 hours later, I'll try to call you again. If you don't call me back and you're at work, I'll try. If you don't return the call, I might be a little bit, worried and wait another hour or two to call again. But calling you and giving you 20 missed call, knowing that you're at work, to me, I feel like it's just a stage in their relationship, and I don't see anything bad in it, because some people are very clingy and they just want to talk to you almost every time. But then I am not supporting him and I'm not supporting her. It's just my own opinion. I just feel like, personally for me, I would not call you like that if you're my person. Knowing that you're at work and there is no emergency. If there is an emergency and you see my call like that, you need to pick, because definitely the emergency is emergency. All right, let me know if you're a woman. Will you call your partner like that, while they're at work, and just to show an assurance of your love for them? And again, people were coming for this couple therapist, the woman that was in charge of everything, like she wasn't asking the right question and she was supporting the woman, yada yada yada. That is their own opinion. Okay, I would like to hear your own opinion about this particular topic down in the comment section. As I said earlier, my name is Maria David, and thank you all so much for tuning around to this point. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe and comment your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. All right, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.